dragon-shaped body on the top. St. George is a sword to kill the dragon, it's a chimney with a cross, and balconies are like masks, it's dragon eyes. The first floor, if you noted, looks like bones. It's supposed to be the stomach of the dragon, because the dragon ate princess before to meet St. George.
One of the most photographed sites in Barcelona is Casa Batlló, a house rebuilt by Antoni Gaudi in 1904. It is fantasy-like and so full of imagination and symbolism. Gaudi lived at a time when Barcelona was going through intense economic progress and urban development. Barcelona was at the forefront of the Industrial Revolution, with very wealthy Catalan families patronizing Gaudi's extraordinary work. To this day, the city uses Gaudi's urban design and town planning elements like lampposts, street signs, public benches, and most interestingly, the pavement. Gaudi's masterpiece is, of course, La Sagrada Familia. He spent more than 40 years working on this church until his death. To this day, it remains unfinished. It's an expiatory church, which means right from the start, this church has been built from private donations. The first architect of La Sagrada Familia, Francisco de Paula del Villar, designed a simple neo-Gothic church in 1882. However, a year later, Gaudi was commissioned to take over the project. Gaudi redesigned the church into this sculptural modern structure rich in symbolism. The old crypt was kept as is and now provides great context for Gaudi's modernist work. Antoni Gaudi is buried beneath the nave of La Sagrada Familia. We're inside the Church of La Sagrada Familia, of course built by Antoni Gaudi. Now, Antoni Gaudi took over this project in 1883, and when he designed it, he knew that he would not live to see the completion of the project, but he left very detailed plans and scale models that up to this day, over 130-something years later, people are still following it and trying to complete the project. During the Spanish Civil War, much of Gaudi's plans were burnt and destroyed, but after the war, associates of Gaudi restored the burnt crypt and reconstructed the damaged scale models based on published plans and photographs. With the completion of the central nave, La Sagrada Familia was consecrated a basilica by Pope Benedict XVI in 2010. Regular masses can now be held at the church. It is expected to be fully completed by 2026, based on Gaudi's original idea. This is the Church of San Felipe Neri here in Barrio Gothic, and this was the church that Antoni Gaudi liked to go to hear Mass when he was still building the Sagrada Familia. Now what's interesting to note is that you see these marks? These are the marks left by the bombs that were dropped here during the Spanish Civil War. So they decided to keep it here just to remind people of what happened. Park Güell is one of Gaudi's most important works. It's not only about architecture here, but the use of land, open spaces, and public parks. Park Güell was meant to be a carefully planned, exclusive suburban estate for well-off families. Construction started in the year 1900. The owner, Eusebi Güell, commissioned Gaudi to draw up plans for developing an integrated community that respected open space, natural light, and great views of the sea and the Barcelona plain. Gaudi made an allowance for 60 triangular plots of land with a network of paths, aromatic gardens, viaducts, and a central square with a grass-lined rooftop park. Mr. Güell and Gaudi himself moved into the community.
Now we're here in Park Güell, and this is the part of the development that's on top of the public market. And here you see the famous undulating lines that Gaudi is known for, covered with mosaic tiles. And what is surprising to me is that when I sat down here, it's actually very comfortable and it's ergonomic. Like over here, it's perfect for my neck. So comfortable. And there's a reason why he put a hole here. That's for the drainage when it rains. And the idea was to put this perimeter wall with benches all around so that parents could relax and watch their children play in the park.
However, because of the complex condition for sale of the plots and the distance from the city center and the exclusive nature of the development, it proved to be commercially unviable. The project was abandoned in 1914 with only 2 of the 60 houses built. The park then became Mr. Güell's private garden, open to public events. Now it is owned and maintained by the city as a public park. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site.